Inspiration can come from any direction. Since the launch of our first episode, Mom Boss CEO has received invitations from mompreneurs who would like to share stories about their entrepreneurial journey. One such mompreneur is Sonie Mwangi, CEO of the Afro Cakery online store that caters to the cake and baking industry. So, I decided to come to the Afro Cakery warehouse to learn more from her story. So Afro Cakery is an online shop that sells baking tools and accessories and a little bit of ingredients, and the idea of Afro Cakery is to help bakers access cake tools and accessory cheaply, or let's say affordably and quickly, without having to go to a shop, because everything is on the website. You can clearly see whatever you want, and also the dimensions are there. And also the other thing is, the reason why it's faster is because we have our own delivery service, in that we don't outsource it. So whatever you want, it gets to you as quickly as possible. The business idea started because I was a baker, or I'm a baker, and I used to do it on the side. Like, I used to be a 9-to-5 employee, and I used to get orders, and sometimes I find that, because you see, I'm a home baker, it becomes so hard for me to get off work and go to town to access whatever I want, maybe if it's ingredients or tools. And you see, some of the cake supply shops that existed at the point, their delivery service were either they took too long, or they were a bit expensive for me for maybe, for example, if you're getting an item for 200, you find you have to pay almost 400 to get the tool, which is like double what you need to pay for the tool. So it didn't make sense to me. The other thing is that there are things that baking is it's an art or a science for some. So you need the appropriate or the adequate tools to get it going. And you see, some of these designs, they need some specific tools or accessories for them to bring out the creativity that maybe the client is looking for, or maybe you as an artist, you're trying to bring out. So the lack of let's say diverse or also unique equipment and tools is what drove me to get start my own shop where I can get bakers to get stuff. This is Sonie from Afro Cakery. Hi, I've received your order through the website, and I wanted to fulfill it. Where do you want it delivered? Okay. So what you're going to do, you're going to pay the amounts indicated in the website through our till number. The till number is 672-994. No, I'll get a confirmation, so immediately I get the payment, I will dispatch the rider. You said Kilimani, I think that's going to take like 20 to 30 minutes. Yes, okay, thank you so much. Thank you for your order. It has slowed down, but I can never resist an order when I get one. Okay. Yeah. Afro Cakery came about, it might be cliche, but I'm African, number one. Number two, it's an authentic name. It's who I am. I'm African. It's about the African woman, and also bringing out the authenticity, as in it's not just a name from a book, but it captures the authenticity of who we are. started out in March this year, so I think we've been in existence for around 4 months. It has been so positive in the sense that people come to me and tell me that they've gotten some tools they've always wondered where they could get them from. For instance, case in point, the sprinkles that we are stocking at the moment, they have been, let's say, if not in the market, they have been quite pricey, especially the process of getting them from abroad and getting them here locally. It has been quite strenuous for some of them. So some have had to do with whatever they have, but right now they can take their baking to the next level. China, the US of A, and the UK.
Okay.
Yeah. I used to be employed at some point in my life, and number one, what I'd say is that I'm a big saver. I believe in putting aside 25% of whatever I get. So that is how it started. I started by saving most of the capital that I used came from my savings. Yeah. I can say it was like not really hard, but it was quite a challenge because nobody wants to let go of an assured source of income to go and do trial and error or go after a passion that you are not really sure of how it's going to turn out. But so far I cannot complain. I can say it's 50-50 in the sense that, you see, before I started out, I had like the savings that I wanted to, or I intended to put into the business, and some that I intended to keep me going, like a buffer until the business took off. So I can say it's 50-50 because at the back of your mind you still have the fears that what if it doesn't take off? What if I don't get clients as fast as I'm anticipating? But it's been good so far. I started with 20,000 to be honest, because actually, if I can be honest, the things I first brought were mine. Then, because I had gone for some class with another lady, or I went for some baking classes to perfect my decoration for fondant. She was like, you have very good taste in the baking tools, so why don't you monetize it instead of just you, because you know tools, you can never get enough of tools, so you keep on buying, but how about you take this to another level and start selling to us? So that's how it came about.
Okay.
I can say social media, that has been my biggest channel of advertising. Number one, the sponsored ads, the ones you pay for, they will go a long way, as much as most of the times we usually feel like it's money out of our pockets, but it really does pay off. Number two, associating, let's call them associations or groups of the people, or a niche that I supply is the bakers. So I am in bakers groups, and also I try and go for baking places where baking classes are taking place, so that I can be able to advertise my business.
Okay.
And I've had a few challenges. Number one was getting the right suppliers for my goods, because you see, the baking business has different components. There are tools, there are accessories, and there are also ingredients. So having to find the right mix or the right fit of suppliers was a challenge. The other challenge was the delivery part of the business. Because you see, since we don't have a shop or we don't have a physical location, it is quite hard it's not hard, it's challenging to get everything to everyone at the same time. Number one, for the suppliers, I did proper research, like more research on the goods and who sells what and which are the best to get. Number two, I also engaged my peers, not in the specific industry I'm in, but people who are in the export and import businesses, so that I can understand what I need to do or how to approach the whole supplies and importation route. The other solution for my delivery, we ended up coming up with, or I ended up coming up with a delivery service. It's called Dropperbox, and it has really gone a long way in that we've made the delivery of our goods quite affordable for our clients. Because you see, usually the logistics part of our business is what sometimes drags it down. Because if you're going to tell me I'm going to buy something for 200 and get it delivered at 500, at the end of the day it does not make sense. So with Dropperbox, it has really made the delivery service affordable for our goods, and also we can control the time, in that if someone orders something from us, we will make sure it is dispatched immediately. I am married with 2 kids, 1 girl and 1 boy. The girl is 6 years and the boy is 2 years. It's crazy, if crazy can be applied here, because what I can say, the business hasn't gotten to the point where it can operate by itself. And for every entrepreneur who's starting out, we eat, sleep, talk business, nothing else. But that is not really the end of it, because at the end of the day, I'm first a mother and then a businesswoman or an entrepreneur. So I always make sure that at every given time, I make time for my family and for the kids especially, because you see, most people say if you lose them between 4 and 7, you will lose them. So I wouldn't want it true. Well, I don't think it has affected my family in a negative way, to be honest, because it's like my own 9 to 5, as opposed, not as opposed, I used to work 9 to 5 o'clock, and my business runs along the same timeline, so I don't think it has affected.
Okay.
To be honest, I derive my motivation from my father. I can say I come from a family of entrepreneurs or an entrepreneur, because my dad was in the banana business from the 60s until the 90s. Well, I wasn't exposed to the business, but it is something that has always been inside of me, because if I can say, I started being an entrepreneur since class 5. I used to sell sweets at school. So I derive my motivation from him most of the time, because it's through what I saw him doing that maybe I can replicate the same to my job. I have my husband. He's more like my moral support in terms of knowing what to do, or if I have a thing that I can't get over, we kind of brainstorm together to know what to do or how to work around it. The other thing is my staff. So far I have 3 employees, 2 on the delivery service and 1 who is usually on the operations side. And I can say they have been of really much help, because as much as I'm the brains behind the business, you cannot work it as or do it alone. Yes. Okay. Number 1, seeing something you've started or your idea coming to fruition. That's number 1. Number 2, the fulfillment of knowing that whatever you're doing it for yourself and for the people around you, not just for your family, but also the community that you are operating in. For example, the bakers that I serve, the employees that I have. So I'm still changing lives even when I'm still trying to making something out of my business. Number 3, the freedom of choosing, of deciding, knowing what time to wake up and go to work. Those are the 3 things that actually keep me going. Field soft systems.
Okay.
3 months. It's good. Though, we have to schedule the delivery.
Okay.
So 30 minutes after the client has paid, so that we can also give them time.
Okay.
Maybe they have gone for other errands, so we cannot expect them to deliver at the same time.
Okay.
So we have to give them like 30 minutes after the client has
They're convenient, and they also have a book where you record their deliveries so that you can keep track. Yeah, it's good so far.
Kwa majina mimi ni Edwin Kimanzi David. Arizona Creations. Most of the riders deliver within the city. Yes, we deliver outside the city. Use the train. Wanapeleka by foot. So far, like around 6 months now.
Okay.
Almost 6 months. So far, we are the best in town.
Oh, that's awesome.
I've been dealing with the number of them. Most of them are come from Canada. So far, they come on board. Give the result out in a hitch-up or a hiccup. We've sorted but very few.
Okay.
But the rest, we've never sorted anything. The same person.
Yes, I can say I'm trying to be a feminist, but Oprah, if you can go through her biography or the life she had, she's come a long way. And despite of all the hurdles she's faced, she keeps on going. So I think that is a game changer, especially being in an environment or in a world where women are considered like the weaker sex. It is quite a game changer for us. I'd say we keep on keeping on. Yeah. I listen to music and I watch a lot of movies, and also some extent just spending time with my kids. You have no idea how therapeutic it is, as much as most of the time you spend it shouting, but it's really therapeutic and it's really good. I'd say there's never a right time to start. The time is now. Start with the little you have, engage the few people you know. There's never a right time, and you'll never have enough money to start. So whatever you have, grow and flourish wherever you are. Whether it's your mandazi business, whether it is your clothes business, start with those two items. They will get more. They will get more and more, and you'll get more customers out there. Otherwise, if you stay with your idea, it will always be an idea. And at least if you try it out, you will know what works and what doesn't. And if it doesn't work out, you just go back to your drawing board. Because for me, this is not my first venture. Like I said, I started selling suits when I was in class 5. And it's always a trial and error. If it doesn't work, you start again. Yeah. One, honesty. Honesty is key in the sense that if you know you're not able to get to the client in time, it's good to at least tell them that you will take longer. The business is also doing well. We started with a fleet of 1, and now we have 3 bikes